AWS has many services and features to protect your data and to recover and restore your data and application from disaster. Keeping with the idea that everything fails all the time, your disaster recovery plan should consider the very unlikely scenario that you lose an entire region. You need to ensure your resources are available, regardless of disaster in one of the regions. In this section, we cover how you should think about recovery across these 5 service categories: storage, compute, database, networking and content delivery, and management and governance. In this video, we're summarizing the services and features that you should be aware of. Refer to your student guide for more details. Let's start at the storage layer with 3 important AWS storage services: Amazon S3, Amazon Elastic Block Store, or Amazon EBS, and Amazon Elastic File System, or Amazon EFS. If you need to recover data on Amazon S3, you can use the S3 Cross-Region Replication feature. This feature gives you the ability to automatically copy objects from a source bucket to a destination bucket in a different AWS region. This means you'll have a readily available backup in case of a disaster. With Amazon EBS, you can take point-in-time snapshots of Amazon EBS volumes. By taking periodic snapshots, you can restore volumes to a previous state in case of a disaster. Use AWS Data Sync to replicate your Amazon EFS and Amazon FSx for Windows File Server file systems to a second region in case of disaster. Next, let's consider the compute layer. For Amazon EC2 instances, you can use Amazon Machine Images, or AMIs, to quickly launch identical copies of existing compute instances. AMIs help recover compute infrastructure by relaunching instances from existing AMIs. Once you launch your AMI, you would have the user data to get the most updated code from AWS Code Commit. Next, let's consider the networking and content delivery layer. One example of applying disaster recovery strategies to this layer is Amazon Event Bridge. In the case of a service disruption in your primary AWS region, you can configure Amazon Event Bridge to automatically failover event ingestion to a secondary region. This is like having a replicate copy of your events in another region. You can configure Route 53 health checks and DNS failover routing policies to detect an outage in your primary Event Bridge endpoint and reroute traffic to the secondary endpoint in the other region. When the health checks show the primary endpoint is healthy again, Route 53 will route traffic to the primary region. Also, the events stored in the secondary region get replayed to the primary region for the consumers to handle. When you work to recover from a disaster, you will probably need to modify network settings to fail your system over to another site. AWS offers several services and features you can use to manage and modify network settings. Your student guide has more details on the 4 services listed here. Now we're moving on to the database layer. Here are examples of applying disaster recovery strategies to Amazon Relational Database Service, or Amazon RDS, and Amazon DynamoDB. In other modules, you learn about Amazon RDS read replicas and multi-AZ deployments as part of your architecture. Combining these 2 features of Amazon RDS helps you build a resilient disaster recovery strategy. Amazon DynamoDB Global Tables can replicate your DynamoDB tables automatically across your choice of AWS regions. The 5th category is management and governance, which considers your overall infrastructure. How can you replicate and redeploy environments and ensure they are accurate, consistent, and up-to-date? 2 services that help you with this are AWS CloudFormation and AWS OpsWorks. If you have been using AWS CloudFormation to create your infrastructure, in the case of a disaster, you can use CloudFormation templates to duplicate complex production environments in minutes. AWS OpsWorks is an application management service that provides configuration management and automation to deploy and operate applications of all types and sizes. AWS OpsWorks will help redeploy your environment because it has automatic host replacement. So if you have an instance failure, it is automatically replaced. You can use OpsWorks in the disaster recovery preparation phase to template your environment and combine it with CloudFormation in the disaster recovery phase. The key takeaway is that you need to build disaster recovery into your design across 5 service categories: storage, compute, database, networking and content delivery, and management and governance. In this section, we talk through some examples of AWS services and features in each of these categories. Refer to your student guide for more details.